Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my stream. My name is Jules. I don't know if you were on my previous stream. I just had some connection issues. I think I hit the wrong button. I think what I'm gonna do is double check that other stream has, um, you know, ended. I don't want too many streams on here, but I don't know how we can do this without logging off of here. Um, So, like I said, welcome to my stream. My name is Jules. Whenever you join me here, you are one of my treasures. Um, so, basically, we talk about the 5 T's. I am a transgender woman, 54-year-old transgender woman. Talk about transition. We talk about triathlon that I like to participate in. I do like to teach about different topics. Currently, talking about I do teach about my deconstruction from the Mormon Church, and I am teaching about their basic principles and kind of showing where my deconstruction is coming from there. Um, and then I am do give some tips about like my current theme has been disaster preparedness, and the next one has been um, also sometimes my makeup tips or anything like that. I talk about trends, like the different clothing I like to wear, stuff like that, and where I order it from. Um, so I'm gonna see if I can uh, check my other video. Just feel free to jump on here. Do like, subscribe, comment down below. Um, I just want to make sure that my other live is. So feel free to jump in the chat box, start talking on there. I'm gonna go check the other stream and close that one down. Hopefully it doesn't affect this one. Um, so um, it's been easygoing weekend. I've been actually spending most of my time just around the house, uh, cleaning and watching Scrubs. Actually, um, many of you know I am a nurse. I did 13 years in the ER, and uh, I can always say that Scrubs is probably the most realistic TV show when it comes to the medical field. Um, that is actually how we tend to be more than any other um, uh, show that is like a drama or anything like that. So feel free to jump in that chat box. I'm just trying to see if my other stream has gotten shut down, because what happened is I was trying to get my mouse moving. I accidentally clicked on something, and it uh, shut down or it clicked off on the something on my end. So I had to open a new one. So feel free to start chatting in here. Everybody's welcome as long as what we do here is um, constructive, no insults, nothing destructive towards anybody, especially any of my treasures. I did them myself, Alice. It's not anything that really hurts or should be nervous about. Um, I've done both my piercings myself on each ear, so it's not a real and it wasn't painful. I was nervous with my first one. I did, and then it's just when you get cartilage piercings done is when that's like my next piercing. I'm gonna get a third one on each ear, but that one I do need to go to a professional because that one will be a tragus piercing, which is this little piece of the ear, little flap that kind of on the way in the ear canal. Just go do it. I mean, there's no need to be nervous. It, if it's just your lobe, it's not. It, it it doesn't hurt. The lobe right here, where like mine are, didn't hurt. Uh, and if you're having someone else do it, they're going to do it right in the perfect section. I just kind of eyeballed it, and it came out just right. Yeah, you could at a tattoo shop because a lot of them will have piercers there too. Um, you know, I like I said, I just bought my own little piercing gun and it worked great. Um, Hello and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Remember, whenever you join me here, you are one of my treasures. Feel free to jump into the chat box. Yeah, see, my next one, I do have to get done by. Yeah, because like my next one, I definitely need to go to like a piercing place or a tattoo shop that has a piercer there, because it has to be done with a one of the professional piercing needles, and it's probably going to be a little more painful, but um, I'm just gonna give it a little time, you know, just to kind of when I'm, presenting a little more. Um, Yesterday, I was noticing more of how things are looking natural. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Remember, when you jump in here, you are one of my treasures. I was noticing last night my facial expressions and how my face was looking a little more natural, feminine. Actually, I considered that, Alice. I may wait a year or so. They say that the thing about getting them pierced is, especially in transition, is waiting to see how big the breast will grow. Um, because later on, if you're getting an augmentation, if you're getting an enlargement, um, you might want to get it after that. So, because uh, getting to the full size that your breast will grow on HRT takes about a year to 2 years. So they say after that, and you consider whether you're going to get an augmentation, then it's probably after you heal from the augmentation is when to get the nipples pierced. Because I considered them too. And those take about, at least that piercing takes about a year to heal in itself. Hello, Sean. How are you today? You're on with Jules. Remember, if you join me here, you are one of my treasures. Um, is it Shan? No problem, Shan. Feel free to jump in the conversation. When we do live streams, it's pretty much an open, talk to you know, um, any uh, topic, as long as everything in here, we like to be constructive towards each other. Uh, Nothing, nothing destructive. Just relaxed talk in here. Um, we talk about the 5 T's on my channel. Yeah, no disrespect towards it. Especially, are you one of my? I've never seen you in here. Are you a subscriber? If not, feel to go down and subscribe, comment down below. We do my channel has several. Excellent. Thank you for subscribing. We are at, last I checked, we were at 317. I love it. I love it. We were at 317 subscribers. Um, we were at 318 last night, and then we lost one overnight. Um, but everyone, it seems like if I lose one, then I gain two. It's weird. It's just one of those. And Chanel, are you a member of the LGBTQIA family? Cool. Great to have you in here. As I've always said in my videos, I don't know how many you've watched or if you've been in any of the live streams. I've never seen you in here before. I am a 54-year-old transgender woman. As you can see, I have my nice trans flag here. I like representing, and just trying to grow the channel. Hopefully, pretty soon we can hit the 500 and start merch. We've been doing like live streams where um, how we can do some, super stickers, super chats. Actually, because most, like 20% of that money will go to the Transgender Resource Center of New Mexico, and the rest just to upgrade the channel more and more. Um, I'm basically here to try to help, others kind of, explain my transition and see how much I can help, as they are going through theirs, and we can all share our experiences in the whole entire LGBTQIA family. You want their, you have to see what she thinks of you getting your ears pierced or the other piercings that you were mentioning, or the nipple piercings. I mean, I would think that the ear piercings would be no big deal to her. I mean, anybody can have them. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. When you're on here, remember you are one of my treasures. Feel free to jump into the chat box. Um, Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It seems we're growing here. Uh, just feel free to jump in the chat box. We can talk about anything. Let's keep it respectful, constructive. I don't have one. Hey, Pop, 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 how are you? My name is Jules. Remember, joining us in here, you are a treasure. Um, yeah, I don't have that piercing. Obviously, I still need to have bottom surgery, and I wouldn't know how sensitive it is. Um, so Pop, pop, pop. Are you new to the channel or are you a subscriber? If you feel free to subscribe to the channel if you aren't. Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. To get her opinion on those. Alice, you're a newbie. Yeah, on this channel, it's always great to have someone new in here. I always say subscribe, like, comment, keep, put comments in the comment section. I also have a Patreon to support the channel. Like I said, before anything, once I get patrons, um, I give 20% to the Transgender Resource Center of New Mexico. So, and then the rest of the money just goes to get better equipment for the channel. I do want to get like a new, start upgrading the computer setup, get like a second monitor, maybe even a green screen, some nice setup. As far as piercings, Shane, my piercings right now are to just the two low, double lobe piercings, which I actually did them myself. Um, I bought a piercing gun and just kind of, you know, I was there and just kind of aligned it and did it myself. I was nervous on the first one. I remember I was in my bathroom just sitting there, uh, just sitting and trying to hold it at the right spot. So if you notice, this piercing is off a tiny bit up. So, I mean, my first piercings were like a millimeter off. No, actually, and then I did my second piercing, but both of them turned out great. Like here, I don't know how much you can see. I'm wearing double hoops today, one in each piercing. Um, they turned out pretty good. So I bought the piercing gun. You can buy them right on Amazon. It just you just gotta really measure them really good. Now my next piercing, I want the tragus done, which would be this little cartilage piece going into the ear. That one's difficult, so I am going to a professional piercer for that. Plus, you need a special type of needle. Guys, I really like that we're getting attendance today. Let's really help the channel grow. Like, subscribe, comment down, like, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already a subscriber. Yeah, but you don't want to use a nail. A nail can be rusty. It can, get an infection. It wouldn't be a good thing. Anything, if you buy, profession, like when you go to a professional, they use a special type of needle. It's sterilized. Um, it's um, that's why they are paid to do them. And then the piercing guns you buy on Amazon, or even some that already have the earring already placed in it, and it's two little separate um, like piercers, and you just line it up to where you want it, and boom, put it in, and it's a one-time use thing. Uh, it is, you know, a great way to do it. yeah, besides my ears, the only other places I've considered uh, are the nipples, and I've considered a nasal piercing. I would probably just do the side, but a lot of friends told me that's uh, like kind of an in and out thing. It's like not so in at this time. I know they're saying now the navel piercing is making a comeback. Um, so yeah, like I said, my next one will definitely be the tragus. Um, and actually, see the tragus and the date are two good piercings if you have like migraines or because a lot of them are a lot of piercings have to do with certain pressure points on the body that are used like even during acupressure or acupuncture, and they may help relieve certain symptoms of like migraines and um, other conditions that people may have. Um, but like my ex, she had the tragus for her migraines, and I thought, I mean, I liked how it looked, so I want to get mine done. I'm also going to work on this arm. I want a whole sleeve done. As far as tattoos, right now I have my arrow tattoo. This is actually how my arrows look like in archery from here down. This is actually a green arrow arrowhead from the TV show. Um, but arrows have a lot of significance in my life. I always think about my life, has given me challenges throughout time. It pulls you back slowly, but then when you let go of that arrow, it just travels that fast downrange. So it's so whenever life pulls you back, then you can travel further in life that much faster. And that is one of the things. There's like at least that's one of one of the three things I repeat in most of my videos is the arrow analogy. The I talk about the 988 hotline for being whenever you're in crisis, and I talk about taking other people's prescription hormone replacement therapy or any medications. That would be cool. I do want a trans tattoo also. I've thought of many different patterns, whether it be like a heart trans flag. I've thought of like a butterfly one, because you're like a butterfly, basically that a caterpillar that blossoms and it goes in the cocoon, comes back out as a beautiful butterfly. Um, there's many ideas I've had for my trans flag tattoo, so I I'm just trying to think of what's the best, Alice. Um, I've gone on to Pinterest, looked at ideas, just kind of go online and look at different ideas, um, to see what I like the best. Just taking my time on it. Like this sleeve, I kind of have pretty much. It'll start really like up here towards the breast, area towards the chest, and kind of move its way down, all the way down. Yeah, that'd be cool. Just I mean, also your kid's name would be cool. That's one, things I always tell people um, when uh, they're. I would always have trouble getting someone's name on there except my daughter's because I know. Um, I don't know, but that's just because of my experience in life, probably. Uh, because you never know when things go awry, and then you have someone's name tattooed on there and have to go get a cover up or. Why were you nervous, Alice? I mean, you should be comfortable with however you present and whoever you are. First of all, Nevada, Vegas there is a very, very accepting place. Um, and um, I remember my first time I went out anywhere, and it was probably here when I moved to Albuquerque. Oh no, I actually went out a couple of times in Florida, but I was very, very nervous. Um, Especially, I knew all my neighbors, so what I did was I had makeup on. Yeah, but uh, Vegas is an easier place because you know what they say about Vegas. They say what happens there stays there. So I think it's a lot of people are either they're out there to gamble. A lot of them are drinking. They're you know so yeah. I mean, when I went out in Florida for the first time, I remember how nervous I was. So like what I did, I did my makeup. I had a hat on. I remember kind of covered up. I hadn't put my wig on yet, but I had it with me. And then I drove down the street because my neighbors all have cameras. Nowadays with these Ring cameras, and if people don't know you're out, it's like my neighbors didn't. Um, so then I went and put my wig on and went to my therapist's office that way. So my therapist was so nice and so accepting. Was She was my therapist that helped me come out and helped me be able to be comfortable in be my true self. Um, but it was difficult because there was cameras on my house and my ex had cameras everywhere, inside and out. everyone, feel free to jump in the chat box. Like I said, topics are open. We can, just talk about experiences. Like me, I'm a 54-year-old transgender woman. Also, I like to participate in triathlon. One of the newest topics I've been teaching, which is one of my other of the 5 T's here, um, has been my uh, deconstruction out of the Mormon Church. I've been teaching from what I call the Rookie Manual of Mormon Church. This basically teaches their basic principles. I'm like on chapter this week. I'll probably be after this stream. I'll probably be doing like chapter 8 um, about the church. And they just passed a real hateful trans policy. Uh, it to it was it's horrible. It compares trans people to some very very bad, even worse people. Um, yeah, I remember you telling me about the basketball game. Yeah, because we went. I think we missed. I landed in Vegas for my layover for going to California, and I think you had already come back a few days before. Trying to get comfortable in this new chair I've been using. Actually, it's one of my dining room chairs. My desk chair decided to break on me. I fell out of it, actually. So is everybody still in here? I know you're in here, Alice. Yeah, it looks like Chanel and Pop 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 left. Does show total 4 participants in here. Why did you cry? I mean, you were out there to have a good time, and were you when you were out and about, did you get clocked or anything? I mean, that's like been one of my big things. I've been it's been great out here in New Mexico. I've never been clocked. I was the closest I was to being. I actually got compliments on my makeup from someone here. Actually, it was when I went over to Mama Shar's place. We I went to her son's birthday party, and then we were at the pool hanging out. And one of the apartment managers came and told some of the people that were there to not smoke. And she was talking to them, and she was great. I mean, she was very polite about everything she did. But then she looked over at me and says, I really like your makeup. You did a great job. And she was so nice about it. that day was fantastic. That was a good uh, good time to for the first time go out, hang out with people, and hello and welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Uh, Whenever you are on the stream, you are one of my treasures. Feel free to jump into the chat. What was overwhelming about it, Alice? I know it can be, things can be overwhelming, but we just have to, it's kind of a thing we do when we start transitioning. It's kind of like, you kind of sign that contract, um, and, and you have to kind of be able to, accept, that yes, you are trans and that you have that chance. One, either people saying something, and you have to kind of prepare your mind and yourself to it, um, so you can, in case someone does say something, just calmly say something to them, and then just best thing is to walk away, uh, not be embarrassed to go out in public, and even be on camera. I mean, when I go to the store and I'm dressed up, I feel very confident. I just I show who I am inside. Oh well, thank you, Alice. Alice, I'll tell you one of the things that's really helped my confidence is really building up my channel here. The reason is I know I'm on a platform that really, really goes, to people, not just nationwide, worldwide. And I look at the stats on my channel. I have people that, obviously are in the UK and watch my channel. People in Australia, all over the world, people watch my channel, and basically, um, it's um, you know, very, I do get the haters here and then, but less than I get compliments. I get tons of compliments, and and you can come, when you come on here, you just be yourself rather than try to hide who you really are. You right. Um, so yeah, the big thing is, you know, just being a, like me. I think it has boosted my confidence so much to come here and do this platform on here. It, the fact that I can now sit here, talk to people, like I said, all around the world. I've seen, I've met people in person that I've met on here. I've, and it's fantastic. It's and it just helps your confidence. It's a confidence booster, and um, you can really, to me, beach wedding would be great, um, and it's just a big confidence booster on here, uh, because you show, to me, like on Tuesdays, be able to do that journal, on my transition Tuesday videos, and see the difference. And like yesterday, I really looked at myself as I was before I did myself up this morning. I'm really, really starting to see more of a feminine look rather than who I used to be. I'm starting to see the woman that I truly am. Ryuki, where have you been? How are you doing? It's great to see you here. We've missed you. I was even telling I was telling Lena yesterday, Lena and Alice, I said, it's been a bit since seeing Ryuki here. I've seen a lot of your posts though on Facebook. Yeah, I know it can be. I had. Are you still doing what, injections, or are you doing pills? Lena, look, we're back. Lena, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you we're missing Ryuki? Look, he's on here. Her ears must have rung Ryuki when I said it. See, Ryuki, what's funny, I asked for injections when um, it's Alice, it really is all up to you. I'm glad you made it, Lena. Always good to have you in here. Yeah, Alice. I'll tell you honestly, my first marriage we did. That I was, member of the Mormon church back then. They let us use the chapel for free, and then just move over to what they call cultural center. And the cultural center really is like, it's a gym. It has basketball courts in there, and yet it's like an auditorium for different events that they have at the church. But they can lift the basketball courts. there are hoops, and that's where we have the reception. So, you can make do with whatever you have. You can find a way to make it work. So, like, it's completely up to you. Oh yeah, right. You know what a cultural center is. You know that it's a gymnasium. That's where my first uh, wife and I got married, was in the chapel, and and then our reception was in the cultural center. And just the basketball court or hoops were pulled upward, but it turned out fine because it was all done for free. Yeah, I was gonna do injections first, but then my provider told me that it's just so much more expensive to do injections that it was better just to do the oral medication. Because I always hear all the dangers of. Yeah, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. I have federal employee program Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is probably one of the best insurances you can get. No, it's both. So it's called it's Blue Cross Blue Shield FEP, Federal Employee Program. But I'll tell you what, Blue Cross Blue Shield, if you can get it, it's probably one of the and someone I watch here on YouTube, she works for them here in Albuquerque, and she says that they are one of the insurance carriers out there that is the most accepting towards LGBTQIA population, and uh, will help with like transition. Yeah, Alice, you've put a lot of options out there. I think one of the big things is to speak with your wife and see what she would like too. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We've had a good day here today. We're gonna probably keep it going another hour. Feel free to jump into the chat box. Um, you know, uh, we talk all the five T's here. Man, people like keep. I don't know why people subscribe and then unsubscribe. Well, now with Blue Cross Blue Shield, with me, first of all, Ryuki, you gotta think who's insuring me. Remember, I do work for the feds, so um, you know, my insurance is inexpensive, and like the first day I started working, it kicked in, and then where I've gone for my HRT, they're very inexpensive. Um, In fact, they'll help people that don't have insurance. They'll look at your income to a sliding scale. Well, Lena, there's been a lot of us, earlier. We were talking. Actually, the first topic that we came up with today was piercings. Um, it was kind of a conversation. It was actually Alice that started. She was saying, thinking getting her ears pierced, and then we all started talking. Uh, what piercings we would want. So, well, if we get back into this, what piercings do you have, Lena? Like me, I just have my two per ear at this time. I want a third one on each ear, which is the tragus. Um, okay, I see. Yeah, I do estradiol pills twice a day, Ryuki. Your your septum. See, I've thought about a nose piercing, but I've never thought I could do the septum. I would just do the side probably. Um, I know I have a friend, a good friend, one of my best friends, and she says that not to get a nose, but piercing, but I don't know. I still like them, but I would probably get the side done. And like I said, I want my tragus, which is right here. That's a definite. Yeah, see, that's why I wanted the injections, right? Because it does enter the system much quicker, um, and they're once a week. Now the pills, what I do is I have little pill counters and I just distribute it through there, and 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 then I know that if I every day to check that I've taken them by a certain time. If not, do you? Well, yeah, see, I want a tragus piercing on each ear. So then that would be the total of the three piercings I would want for my ears. And then I want, probably in time, I think once the breast growth stops and I know exactly, uh, you know, and then maybe if once I figure out whether I'm going to do an augmentation or not, I will probably get my nipples done. And that's probably it on piercings. Really, I wouldn't. Um, but as far as an augmentation. That's at least probably 2 years away because I want to see for let it for 2 years everything grow. Still, out of respect, Alice, you should. That's what just um, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Someone else threw in another um, piercing earlier, and I was like, "What is that?" Yeah, it's. I just saw pictures of it, and it looks to be right here, or in right in your cupid's bow, as they call it. I think it looked cute on you because if you had the Medusa and then with the septum coming out like that, I think it'd be cool. When it comes to like piercings, like on the nose, I don't know how the VA is with the septum. I don't know if I've seen anybody at work with it. I think I've seen one young lady with it. Lena, I've got your back on anything. You know that. I want to continue my sleeve too. This arm's gonna be a full sleeve. Actually, it's gonna start here and kind of continue down this way. Well, we'll have to share pictures as we do things. I'm thinking tomorrow's live stream we should do it on StreamYard, and if anybody wants to come on and talk, we can just, I'll jump on there. Today I plan at least one or 2 more videos. I know I'm going to continue my good old oh, we got you, Alice. And tonight I'm going to do at least, or after this, I'll probably do my next chapter on my high demand religion video series I've been doing. Um, hey, Ryuki, what'd you think of the new policy the church put into place? Did you see that with the very, I've actually got a video on it. I keep linking it in my other videos. They put a very tough policy on trans people. I mean, they can. I'm surprised they're even letting them in the church. Um, they're not letting trans women. Yeah, so they made a policy, and basically it's stating that, you know, like trans women can't go to Relief Society, and it's weird because it kind of, so if you, when you join the church, you were already transitioned, you can go to Relief Society. If not, you have to continue to go to priesthood or sit out in the foyer. You can't have a calling, can't go to the temple, obviously can't get sealed in the temple. Uh, it was horrible. And then uh, you're basically marked in the records like almost right next to like a child molester or something. You can't even have a calling like, you know, helping in young men's, young women's, or anything like that. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely they're getting more high demand. Um, Sounds cool, Alice. And it's just it's becoming very, very cool. Like, if you go on the channel called Mormon Stories, they discuss that policy with a trans woman, um, and then they recently, two guys that were in the Marine Corps, and they were talking about, they brought up a lot about LGBTQ policies in there, even blacks in the priesthood, and oh boy, that was a heated conversation with John Dehlin. Oh, that was like a 5 hour video. It was, Alice, if I'll dance anything, just about. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Feel free to jump into the uh, chat box. We've just been talking things in general. One of the major topics today has been piercings, like what piercings we have, what we would get. And then we've jumped into some other things here. Um, Yeah, and then there's the whole Operation Underground Railroad thing going on. It's been it's been horrible. With what's his name, Tim Ballard, and how the church funded him to go save kids in Central America, and he used a lot of money and basically had this what they call the couple's ruse uh, to find supposedly where children are being trafficked, and um, there's been a lot of controversy going on, and about his practices. Oh, Ron's always going to catch heat. DeSantis, everything he says is, he's. I'll give him the only. DeSantis. The only time I ever seen him do something right was Ian, after Hurricane Ian. Well, that's good. Good. Actually, I'm gonna say I hope, and this is just my opinion, the one that's really supportive of the transgender population is Kamala. So I really hope she gets into office. Yes, I have, Alice. She's done big. Yeah, I'm totally for her. Even before Biden ducked out, I was really hoping that she would, you know, that they would just, put her in over, because he was getting old and starting to lose it. Um, and then yes, she is, and I think she's kind of like, I think like even Trump's starting to be afraid of her. And I didn't watch the last debate, but uh, I think she's like really stood her ground well. Yeah, and I think poll numbers are kind of tightening up, if not shifting her way. Alice, when it comes to all that, really, I'm going to tell you, it's what you want. It's between you and your wife. That's going to be um, your guys' wedding. You guys got to do what makes you guys happy, and you guys agree on. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of. I mean, things that can be a line dance. I mean, just the electric slide is basically a type of line dancing. Um, and people just think as line dancing is something that's country, and the electric slide wasn't originally. Yeah, this weekend for me has been um, exactly. It's not just line dancing. Other places have them too. I remember in elementary school, we used to do a lot of traditional Mexican dances, like we would dance la cucaracha, and that is actually almost like a line dance. And Mexico has a lot of dances that. Well, that's cool, Alice. Big family weddings are always fun. We always had huge family weddings. I'm of Mexican descent, so you know how Mexican families can get. Lena, are you still here, being quiet in the background, your usual self? Oh no, looks like she jumped off. Exactly, that's the thing. It's always trying to make life fun, and enjoy yourself. That's okay. That's cool. Just wanted to know, what are you cooking? Should I come over? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Feel free, if you're not in the chat, jump in. That's cool. As long as it's something to eat, girl. Look at me. I slept until like 10. By the time I was ready to eat something, I wanted to make, I was going to make French toast. And then I just got lazy and then I ordered out. I just ordered out some, I hadn't had KFC in a while, and I just door dashed for some. I got, and I just bought a bunch of groceries the other day. So, but I broke down. I got a couple of more hauls coming. I got a real nice long black skirt coming this week. Yeah, cooking is fun. I love to cook. Uh, I have some bananas that have gone brown. They're in the freezer right now. Mm, thanks, girl. Um, I enjoy cooking. One thing I'm getting now is into baking. I I have some banana bread I'm going to make. It's going to be a chocolate chip banana bread. Uh, I've got like four bananas that they got all brown and mushy, so those are perfect for making banana bread. So they're in the freezer right now. And so what I do usually is I'll just take the skins off of them, let them soften up, take the skins off of them, put them right into the glass bowl where I'm going to mix everything, put it all together. I'll mush them up and then just mix them with the banana bread mix and then go with that. And like I said, this time it's going to be a chocolate chip banana bread. Um, in the last few weeks, I've done a banana bread. I did a zucchini bread. I did a cornbread with zucchini in it. Ryuki, that came out awesome. And I even in it, I mixed some cheese into it, and on the top layer, put another layer of cheese with New Mexico green peppers. So it was excellent. It had a great mix of flavors. Yeah, that sounds like fun too, Ryuki. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Feel free to jump into the chat. We've got a great chat going here. Some of my regular subscribers that I love to have in here. And if you're new here, feel free to um, subscribe to the channel, hit a like, comment down below, um, and jump into the chat. We've been talking many things. I, Alice, trust me, I at my father's funeral, I met a lot of cousins that I had never met in the past. Ooh, nice, Irwin. Good to hear from you. Lena, I like when it comes to bread, to like the baked breads, it's not difficult. I mean, nowadays, I mean, I've done them from scratch, like find the flour and mix, uh, everything into the dough, and then kind of start them from scratch. But nowadays, with these ready mixes, like some Betty Crocker mix or and stuff like that, you can just like I'll buy the banana bread one, and then kind of just mix all the bananas I have into there, because the more bananas you put into a banana bread mix, the better. That's fine, Erwin. It's great to have you in here. I love seeing you come in. And thank you. We've been having a great stream already. Lots of good topics. Uh, tomorrow we'll be back here right about the same time, so it'll probably still be late for you. Um, yeah, I'll see who would go with me. I have a couple of friends from Florida that have been. I have one that wants to take like a sabbatical from Florida over here, where she wants to come for a while. Wouldn't mind um, her coming over, and she could go with me. She is also a member of the community. Yeah, right. I know you're in Florida. You're up in Jacksonville. My friend, she's a Marine Corps vet that I'm thinking of. Um, Trust me, Ellis, there's lots of people that come to mind. Yeah, my friend, she's down in Lee County. I used to work with her in the ER, and um, she actually helped me come out. She's bi, so um, at first I came out bi, and then I started cross dressing, and then she made me realize that she's the one that really helped me realize I was truly trans. Alice, okay. I mean, I don't drink alcohol that much, but what sounds interesting, Ryuki? Is it? Oh, is she a potential candidate for Actually, no, Ryuki. She actually technically she's married, but I think that's kind of a just to have someone. But like right now, she is looking for. Uh, at times, she's like looking to be with another woman just to kind of have something on the side. I don't know. It's like, and then she likes another, like she's been trying to hook up with another friend of mine that's still in Florida that is lesbian. Actually, do you know, I wouldn't mind. I've thought about polyamorous relationships in the past. I think that would be cool. Now, I would have to be able to make sure that everybody would be, you know, they'd say clean, that they're not fooling around another side. I wouldn't want anybody to, uh, that way things aren't spreading, if you know what I mean. But what gets me is, it's kind of a strange thing, especially, um, like polyamory is kind of a thing that's in, but if then you say it polygamy right away, it's jumped to yes, Lena, they are important to set. Lena, how about yourself? Are you in any type of relationship? Yeah, but Alice, is that like mixed soda, different types of sodas? Mm, yep, and Mayuki, I am too. Um, we know Alice is, um, yeah, but when you say you buy one pallet, are you gonna buy like, is it gonna be all Coke or is it gonna be Coke, Sprite, Cherry Coke, Mountain Dew, a bunch of different things, and how many? Of course, that like I keep saying, it's all up to you and your wife. Yep, I know. I was. Okay, I got what you're saying. Yep, right. If you went, like me on Facebook, I I found that I'm not jumping on there. Um, I figured, Lena, and here right now you're with people you can trust. And I think I had caught it in the past somewhere. Yeah, the thing is with like, yeah, with Facebook, then like with my like my Jules account, it's hard to in there because then once I start confirming people, um, then they start messaging me left and right. And who's doing the ceremony as far as who's conducting it, Alice? Yeah, I would like a lot of. I wish my YouTube or my Facebook followers would go become subs here. I could probably be at the 1,000 mark. Alice, I'm saying who's going to be marrying you guys when you renew your vows? Oh, you guys, we've had a pretty good stream going here. We're what, an hour and 39 minutes. I don't think I haven't had a 2 hour live stream in a long time. And we had a pretty good number of people jump in. I love it. Today I said I want to do like a 2 hour stream. We're definitely going to get there. Um, um, yeah, with me, actually, when it comes to talking about names, um, right, I still need to, I want to go do my, the change on my names. Um, Now, Alice, did you know technically I am? You can even ask Ryuki. Right, Ryuki? You know what that is, right? This is my Melchizedek priesthood certificate. I One day I was at work in Florida. I show it on my when I do uh, my videos for leaving the Mormon Church. I show that all the time. I just cover up my dead name on it. Look at that, a temple recommend. That's my old temple recommend. That's it is. It is, Alice. See, I don't know. Melchizedek priesthood ordination. You know, it gets to them when it gets to them when I show that on my YouTube videos, because that means technically I'm an ordained woman. I know how they say that a woman can't have the priesthood. I always pose that question in my videos. I mean, I figure I got to do my letter of resignation soon, send it into Salt Lake, notarized, so you can take me off the records. Or either way, they'll probably end up. I don't want to have to do the disciplinary council and get excommunicated. I mean, either way, no big deal. It's true. I mean, I don't understand why so many other churches have actually allowed women to be ordained nowadays. I mean, they could be a little more progressive. Have you checked Google Maps? You saw what they did, right? Alice, you do have to look into that, though. Will the Catholic Church, marry you um, being trans? That's a big thing with the Mormon Church. Now they're not even allowing you know LGBTQ. They're barely allowing lesbian and gay couples into the church. Now they have a big anti-trans policy, and like Harayuki saying they're very alike, the Mormon and Catholic Church. I would start talking to the priest now, honestly. Yeah, but would it be official in the Catholic Church? That's the big thing. It doesn't matter whether they're a family member or not. Is the Catholic Church going to allow it? I mean, that's like me saying that I found another woman, whether trans or not. That's fine. We'll see you in a bit, Lena. We'll see if you're still on here. Maybe we'll go down to 2.5 hour mark. We got a strong live going here. As always, great having you in here, Lena, or as I call her, my Roz, as me being Frasier. We'll miss you, Lena, as always. Yeah, you should, because yeah, technically this would be gay marriage because it would be like a lesbian couple, but now you're teetering with the fact of a trans, you know, in there. So that adds something to the mix. Okay, Alice, look, I just went and looked something up. I'm going to post this, and this is from the Human Rights Campaign. So whenever you see people with the little decals that are blue with the yellow equal sign, that's called a Human Rights Campaign. They want equality amongst everybody, no matter whether you're cisgender, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, you know, queer, intersex, asexual. So this is an article I found in there, Googling it, about the Roman Catholic Church. Um, so I would suggest you click on that and then read it later on. Uh, because nowadays, I think it was, there's one church that just started allowing actually gay clergy. Um, I think it was the Methodist, United Methodist Church, actually has or gay clergy. Um, I actually, when I looked up the laws on marrying people in Florida a long time ago, I had a friend, she wanted her and another friend of mine were getting married, and they were, well, I mean, they were cis, um, gender, straight couple, and they were wondering, trying to find a like a pastor or ordained a minister to marry them. And I was good friends with both of them. She would give me a ride to work all the time because I didn't drive at the time. She lived near me, and then he was just a good one of my best friends. So she was one day walks in to work saying, "Does anybody know a good minister that could marry me and Chris?" And so then I I said, "Let me look into that." So I looked up the Florida laws and who could marry um, people, and the laws stated it could be an elder in baptism. So that um, certificate made me an elder in the Mormon Church, and and then I could actually, due to the other priesthood I had in the Mormon Church, I could actually baptize people. So um, I put it together, and technically, by the laws of Florida, I could marry people. And then I even called the courthouse and said, "Do I have to provide any certificates? Do I have to do anything special?" And they're like, "No, no. You can just sign their marriage license. And it's done." And then um, so we went down to the beach. I got like a script, and then I actually married them. Also, as a backup plan, what I did, I also went. Anybody can become an ordained minister and uh, do weddings. You can go on the internet right now, and let's see. It takes like seconds to be able to marry people. For example, like say for say right now, if you or Ryuki wanted to become an ordained minister, you could go onto this website that I'm about to put in the stream. That website I just posted on there. You can go on there, click your name, put what state you're in, and guess what? You are an ordained minister. In seconds, it'll just boom, you're an ordained minister. Yeah, this is what they call the Universal Life Church. I believe that's what it was called. So Ryuki, it's really not like an I can say it's not like a real organized church like It's not like an organized church that you go to on a Sunday or anything. It's just people, stuff that people will do. They have the website and they register you in their registry, and you could do a pagan ceremony for all you if you wanted to. I'm just saying, Alice, just start talking to the Catholic minister or priest now, because things can, you want to start preparing now, because, and you got to tell them straightforward what's going on. Tell them, I want to renew wedding vows. I changed my name. Uh, I'm trans. I'm a trans woman. My wife and I are getting married, and you know, we, want to do basically what would be a lesbian ceremony. But I can't be a Catholic minister, Alice. You got to understand that's they have their own training, their own classes. They actually have to go to school for that because they do their ceremonies in a certain way. Like me, I would do it. Each faith does it in a different way. A Catholic wedding is way different than I've been to many of them because I grew up Catholic, so I've been to them. Than if you go to a Mormon wedding, and like if you go to a Mormon wedding, it's done in a special building. Um, like my ex-wife, my first wife, and I, we are both my wife. Well, they, if you do it right the first time, you get married in a special temple if you're Mormon, and you get sealed for all time and eternity. Um, it's a very exclusive building. Only people that have this little piece of paper can get in there. Um, and you have to do everything right to be able to get that piece of paper there. You have to be paying 10% of your income to the church. You have to be, you know, not sinning according to the church. You have to be righteous, a bunch of different things. Uh, and, you know, and it takes, you have to, and then if you get married to someone that's not part of the faith, you have to do a civil ceremony. And then if they join, you have to wait a year before you can go to a temple wedding. So, and then the Catholics, it's a whole different ceremony. So every religion and faith has their own type of ceremony. It's it's the rituals, the word verbiage, um, you know, who can do it. Like as far as like, yeah, I see what you're saying, right? Pagans are very open. They're pretty much, game to what's, they allow. Me, that's why right now I'm not following any specific uh, faith because it's all about too much rules in them. It's all about what benefits each one. Yes, it is about control. It's high demand, just like my channel list says. It's high demand, high control. Um, like like the Mormon Church, they were all about control. I think they were really about mind control. Really, like once you really got into it and they started like molding you, you were in a very controlled state. I mean, just remember the first Sunday of the month, and going to sacrament meeting to fasting testimony. I remember that was one of my first services I went to. I I was a little scared, honestly, because I just kept seeing people go up and give their testimony, and I thought, man, it's weird. But I stuck around, and then eventually I had that same thing in me, and I had a testimony, and it was big part of the mind control, that behavior control, as they say, because they have to control your behavior as far as making sure that you fast those 2 meals, the emotional control that you have that testimony. Oh yeah, I'm willing to go to a Catholic wedding. I've gone to plenty of. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can't go to a Catholic wedding. Yes, I can. I mean, like I said, right now I have no faith. I mean, that I follow. I'd rather follow something like many people say nowadays. There's people that want to start like a Church of the Jedi. What do the Jedi believe in? It's like the Force. It's just something that binds everything together. It's not like a God, really. And yeah, I know it's not going to be on a softball field. Like I said, you know, the thing is, it's what's going on is it's something that's important to you. It's not what the thing is, I have to know with plenty of time so I can request days off and obviously get there to Texas. Well, we'll see when it is, Ryuki. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Ryuki. It's just all about love and caring about each other. It's about like I say on my I've been saying on my channel, when it comes to a spiritual side of you, it doesn't have to be about a faith or a religion. It just has to be about finding some kind of balance in your life. It can all be about some type of meditation. And meditation doesn't have to be to a deity or a god or anything like that. It just be meditation. You could do Tai Chi, yoga, um, anything like that, and it's spiritual. Okay, Alice. Exactly. And meditation is just sometimes that you need to let your mind rest, or and it helps your body itself rest. And with meditation and just keeping a holistic approach to life, yes, you can be free and be happy. And we don't have to think about like these, like you said, all these, like we say, all these politicians that are trying to run our lives. That's just, I think, like I said, I think what that Kamala will be a whole new approach to the game. You know, I'll admit I voted for Trump in his last two runs, and uh, he really has ruined it over the last few years in what's been discovered about him. Um, and like a friend of mine was saying the other day that you really, when it comes to being trans, you have to vote for who's going to keep uh, your your rights, who's going to defend your rights. Okay, Alice. Yep, you're right, Ryuki. There's not much to do now. We're like at that point right now where um, we're just waiting till November to see the results. As long as we don't see another repeat of 4 years ago, what you know happened at the Capitol, which will be kind of an awkward situation. So last time, Mike Pence had to. He was the president of the Senate at that time because he was a vice president. So it makes him the president of the Senate, who had to run the electoral college count. So that means Kamala would technically have to do it this time around. But would it be a conflict of interest for her to do it when she's one of the candidates for president? Okay, Alice. Oh, trust me, I can handle the Texas heat. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I was thinking about that the other day. Since the vice president handles the electoral college count, is Kamala? Well, okay. After the election happens, obviously the each state their electoral count goes to the candidate that wins each state. So then all the senators and congressmen meet to do the final presentation of the electoral votes to and they give them to the vice president. I'm talking the whole country. Oh, trust me, I can handle any weather, Alice. Um, I I don't, like last time it was Mike Pence doing that final count. But is it going to be okay for Kamala to do it this time? That's kind of a strange thing. Ryuki, Alice is in Texas. See, and that, so she's not really far from me, like, because the Rio Grande hits along Albuquerque too. So we're probably north south of each other, which doesn't look like much of a Rio because it doesn't have much water in it anymore. Oh, my goodness. I think I slept too long last night. You know what happens when you sleep too much. Any storm activity that way, Ryuki? Where's the next one gonna head to? I know there were a few developing out in the Atlantic. Yeah, I can see the tropical storm Gordon's out there, but it seems like it's way out there in the Atlantic and not doing much. Are you on the border of Juarez? Juarez, good old Juarez cartel there. Los Zetas war going on. Even I think the Sinaloa cartel probably be on that border too, and the Gulf cartel. A whole war going on. And the thing is, they travel all up to New Mexico. Um, New Mexico is like one of the biggest points of like where the highways split up, and they head in all different directions. And drugs are very prevalent here in Albuquerque. Uh, we have a big homeless problem. You drive down what's called Central Avenue, and there's like a certain area, they call it the war zone, and they say you can hear gunshots all the time. So, and the thing is, it's like one of the things that they've done during the pandemic, they started free transit, and therefore, like everybody uses the transit system. So then, like these homeless people get on the transit and try to ride it all day. I mean, granted, it's good for them, so they can move from place to place, but sometimes they'll fall asleep on the route. Bus drivers have to kick them off, but then they have to keep security on the transit all day. It's just all kinds of issues. Okay, we're at 2 hours and 21 minutes. I think we'll like end it at the 2 hours 30 minute mark. I think we had a great stream today. Um, Ryuki, it was great to have you back. Haven't seen you in a while. Uh, we had some new people jump in here earlier in the stream. It was great to have newer, members. Yeah, there's a lot of heroin coming out of Mexico. Um, Now, Ryuki, I'll tell you why heroin made a big recurrence in the United States was because back in the early 2000s, um, the drug market uh, was actually uh, really controlled by docs because the manufacturers of opioids for pain really pushed doctors to prescribe them. So it was a big market for painkillers. Well, then people could get, like in Florida, there was, oh my goodness, people could walk out in one day with like 300-400 pills for pain, uh, just in one day. There was no control over them. Then all of a sudden, states started making a monitoring program so people uh, wouldn't uh, be able to get the controlled substance. And then, so when they started closing down the pill mills. The closest people could get to these controlled substances, which were the oxycodones, hydrocodones, and everything. The only thing they could turn to was heroin. It was cheap. It it was the similar high, and you know the expressway from like the northern states. I meaning like from New Jersey uh, to uh, um, to Florida was known as the Oxycodone Expressway. Actually, there is a documentary about it. Um, there's also another documentary about two brothers that started the whole uh, pain killer epidemic, and it's called American High. Those are two recommended uh, documentaries I say people should see, and so it'd be it'd be cool. Okay, Alice, I know how it is. I had one of my uncles brought down Gus little Escobar's cartel, and my other uncle was a director of Homeland Security. For, well, he started off in Customs and Border Patrol, and he helped create the Drug Interdiction Unit, and ended up becoming the director of Homeland Security for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So he was the same way. My family is big into stopping the drug trade. Major players in stopping that. Well, Salt Lake City, Utah has so many issues. They have the highest rate of use of antidepressants like Xanax and stuff like that. Uh, and then they have the highest rate of suicide in the LGBTQ community. Um, I think, Ryuki, have you ever watched Mormon Stories with John Dehlin? He's a PhD in psychology, um, excommunicated from the Mormon Church uh, due to his deconstruction of the church, and and there was a lot. He talks about a lot of this usage. He talks a lot about that, brings it up. His stories, some of the things that a lot of the topics he talks about are great. He's had a podcast for over 10 years, maybe even 15, one of the longest running Mormon podcasts, but there are a lot of like anti-Mormon, like the other day, just about a week ago, there was a fantastic one. Um, and where two Marines came on there that are members of the church. Um, and they try to wrestle him back towards it. Oh boy, that got heated. That's a good episode to see. So Well, and you know what that'll represent there, Alice? You'll have these two colors right here, just like the trans flag. If you'd make it a light blue like this, it would be cool. Hers have pink, and you guys in white. It'll represent the trans colors. Okay, you two, I think we're gonna have to close up right here. What we'll do from we'll close up. I just saw your last comment, Ryuki. Let's close up here. I'm going to, like I said, I got a couple, maybe one or two videos to do. I do want to say thank you for you guys joining me here. Thank you to everybody that joined. Make it like a powder blue. Check out like a San Diego Charger jersey. Look up their uniforms in blue, and they have a powder blue. They call it Air Force blue. That is a cool color. I have a jersey in that color, and I'd wear that any day. Okay, so everybody, let's start closing up now. I'm glad that we had a great stream. We had all our regulars here: Ryuki, Alice, Lena. You know, some new regulars are starting to jump in here. New subscribers. I thank all my viewers, all my subscribers. Thank you. Remember, all of you are my treasures. You know, let's like, subscribe, comment down below if you do want to join the Patreon page. I'm grateful if you do. Remember, 20% of anything that is made on Patreon does go to the Transgender Resource Center of New Mexico here in Albuquerque. It basically helps people get food and shelter. Basically, I do want to say, everybody, please go see, go see a therapist as you're starting to transition. As you know, many of the healthcare providers do require the gender dysphoria, you know, diagnosis, and then also, you know, and insurance companies, if you're using insurance, also do seek medical professional to, you know, to get your gender hormone replacement therapy. And also, if you don't have insurance, find a clinic that does do it on a sliding scale, which means they'll look at your income and go from there. Please don't take anyone else's medication. You don't know if that's the right one for you or the right strength. Also, please, if you are in a crisis, please do call the nationwide crisis line. It is 988. If you're feeling down, depressed, or hopeless, whether you're sad, confused, or angry, worried about a loved one or yourself, if you're a service member and need to talk to someone or a veteran, dial 988, dial 1. If you're worried about drug or alcohol abuse, you can also call here, or just need to talk to someone in general. Please have a great day. Thank you for joining me on here. And we will see you. I will probably be doing another live stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.